What's up, guys? Welcome back to News Dump.
Flush. Hey, remember the good old days of 2014?
Oh, man, do I.
It was around that time that a young boy named Justin Bieber became a young man, also named Justin Bieber. And like most young men, Bieber did not handle the angst of adolescence all that well.
No.
Unlike most young men, though, Bieber had tens of millions of dollars, and it amplified his fuckboy qualities by several orders of magnitude.
There's still studies being done about it today. Anyways, he got in a lot of trouble with the law a bunch of times. He did stuff like street racing, reckless driving, vandalism, and his public persona was damaged by stuff like an old video of him saying the N-word a bunch of times, a video of him allegedly in bed with a prostitute in Brazil, a video of him pissing into a bucket, a physical fight between himself and Orlando Bloom, and some pretty believable allegations of some very heavy and very expensive drug use. I'm sure there's more there somewhere, but you get the idea.
He was a bad boy. But after spending all of 2014 being a douchebag and fucking up left and right, Bieber seemed to be calming down and maturing.
Yeah.
He publicly apologized for a lot of the things he'd done and for being a bad influence, and he shifted his focus back towards making music and less on partying, releasing an album in 2015 that actually earned an okay amount of positive acclaim.
I thought it was just fine.
So after a while, he even started poking fun at himself and his old wild reputation and stuff like Zoolander.
That's when you know you finally have gone past it.
Yeah, it really looked like
past it.
Bieber had turned over a new leaf and learned a lot about how to be a mature adult.
Okay, maybe not. A new lawsuit filed by a man in Houston against Justin Bieber makes it sound like Bieber's still the same dumbass he was 2 years ago, sadly enough. Allegedly, about a month ago, Bieber was at a nightclub in Houston following a show at the Toyota Center, and a beer bong was being passed around. Classy place.
Yeah.
Anyways, various people at the clubs were taking turns chugging beers through it. When the beer bong was offered to Bieber, he also took a turn with the beer bong, except, according to the lawsuit,
Quote, unfortunately for Bieber, he was clearly a novice because as he attempted to chug his beverage through the beer bong, he miscalculated the amount of beer he could intake, and beer spilled all over himself, his clothes, and on his face.
No.
Well, that sounds really embarrassing, but to add insult to injury, the plaintiff in the case, Robert Earl Morgan, quote, happened to be standing right next to Bieber and was taking pictures and videos throughout the night in question, just like everyone else.
No, just like I like that this is written in a legal statement.
Yeah,
he was chugging the
everyone
beer,
was doing it.
Miscalculated. Anyways, Justin Bieber, not wanting a video of himself failing so epically to end up on the internet, allegedly got really mad at Morgan for filming him, so Morgan says he offered to delete his Snapchat video of the incident. But according to the lawsuit, quote, before Morgan could say anything else, Bieber smashed Morgan's telephone into pieces and had his security detail toss Morgan out of the area where Bieber was located.
Morgan says that he had to buy a whole new phone.
Oh, no.
He lost a bunch of important data on the broken phone,
It's
including
not
photos from his grandmother's 100th birthday.
Back it up in the fucking cloud. What are you doing? This is 2016.
He's seeking $75,000 from Bieber in the lawsuit.
A Dropbox account costs next to nothing.
It should cost nothing. Now, this whole scenario sounds pretty much like classic 2014 Bieber, but it also could just be completely made up or a totally inaccurate version of what actually happened. We don't know. I guess the courts will decide.
The court of public opinion has already roasted Bieber, though.
The image of
unfairly.
The image of Justin Bieber enthusiastically attempting a beer bong, only to end up botching the whole thing and spilling beer all over himself while at a nightclub surrounded by hundreds of people is a pretty great image.
Yeah.
So even if this is bullshit, we gotta thank the plaintiff in this case for at least conjuring that image for me. It makes me smile.
Back your shit up on the cloud. Also, like, it's kind of in poor taste to videotape a celebrity.
You can't go around smashing people's phones on the ground, though.
Well, yeah, that's a bad move, too, but it's like if
He
you were...
offered to delete the picture.
Sure, fine. But if, say you're in a room with, I don't know, who's your favorite person in the world? Nicholas Winding Refn or whatever? Say you're in a room with him, and he's just wanting to do a beer bong. Are you gonna pull out your phone and start filming him?
Well, this was at a nightclub. Everyone's taking pictures and filming. Everyone's taking selfies and shit.
I don't know.
Also, don't take a beer bong if you can't take a beer bong. I've seen lots of people botch this thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot more beer than you think it is.
Mm-hmm, and get fucking beer bong out of the nightclub,
Yeah.
first of all.
What are
That's
you,
the trashiest
19?
thing in the world. Was this in Texas? Is that what
Yeah,
it is?
Houston.
Yeah, okay, that makes
A real
sense.
classy town.
Yeah, we're never allowed there now again. All right, great. Anyways, let's move on to some actual hard-hitting entertainment news because memes are becoming movies.
Oh!
No, calm down. It's not Pepe versus Dat Boy, Dawn of Sad Jordan, though someone should definitely make that
Yes,
or give
please.
us money to make it. No, it's actually a scary meme, Slender Man, or as Elliot would call him, Slenderman.
Slenderman.
He began life back in 2009 in a somethingawful.com Photoshop contest and quickly became a viral meme, spawning fan art, several creepypasta short stories, independent fan films, and video games. Also, Shibby cosplay. The one good thing that he can do. Dress up like
He
Slender
does a
Man.
real mean Slenderman.
Yeah.
He likes to
By standing still.
He just stands still, and
being
people are
very
like,
tall.
"Oh, Slenderman,
Mr. Slenderman.
Mr. Slenderman!" Oh. So Slenderman is pretty much the 21st century internet equivalent of folklore,
Yeah.
with Slenderman's appearance, motives, and abilities varying depending on the storyteller. But in general, he's depicted as a very tall, very skinny, faceless man wearing a dark suit and tie who can teleport and usually targets children and young adults as his victims. He's a pretty simple character, and that's probably a big part of the reason why he's been so popular over the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
The
Choose your
blank
own
slate.
adventure, yeah. It's like the Aristocrats.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ending's the same. You get there. So it was only a matter of time before some Hollywood fat cats decided to Google what the kids are into and decided to bring Slenderman to the big screen. It's important to note that although the Slender Man mythology was developed in a viral manner by various people across the internet, it's not a public domain character. Eric Knudsen, who created the original Slender Man images on Something Awful, is credited as the creator of the character. And at some point, he sold off the rights to Slender Man to a company called Mythology Entertainment.
Mythology is now in negotiations with Sony Pictures' subsidiary Screen Gems to make Slender Man into a movie. But they better strike while the iron's hot, or at least lukewarm. A Slender Man movie would probably not cost a whole lot. It would probably make good money at the box office, but peak Slender Mania is already a few years in the rearview mirror. Does anyone even care about Slender Man anymore? By the time
Those two girls that tried to kill their friend.
But that was like 2 years ago too.
That's what I thought the movie was going to be about. Was the
Well, they're
the
making it.
attempted murder.
There's a documentary about that premiered at South by. I'm more interested in that.
There you go.
Because so by the time this thing actually comes out in like a year and a half, 2 years, will anyone actually even care?
You know, it'd be great if they did it, it would kind of be ripping it off, but if they did it in the same way that they did It Follows, because that had a great way of ratcheting up the tension without even there being a physical embodiment of the creature that was following them.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Well, that's Hollywood for you. They'll take that meme and they'll squeeze $1 out of it.
I'm really excited for Pepe versus Dat Boy.
Yeah, Dawn of Sad Jordan.
Yeah.
You never know who the Sad Jordan's going to appear on next. It's gotten to the point where we'll see
No matter anything that happens.
But we'll see a piece of news and we'll be like, oh man, I wonder how long it's gonna take before someone puts a Sad Jordan on it. And then like literally within minutes, someone on Twitter has put the Sad Jordan on it.
Yeah, Battlefield trailer came out and someone put the Sad Jordan on the Call of Duty guy.
Yeah.
Instant.
That is currently the legacy of the greatest basketball player of all time.
Of all time. Yeah.
Never cry. If you're a man, just never cry.
Ever cry.
Someone will take a picture of you crying and turn you into a meme. Just hold in the emotions till the day you die.
Jordan should have slapped the camera right out of that guy's hand. I know it was at an actual award ceremony or whatever, but still.
They were tears.
Delete the Snapchat.
And they were tears of joy at the time.
Yeah,
no,
not anymore.
Not anymore.
Now he looks like that every night.
Tears of regret.
Yeah. I bet he's found out a way to receive some kind of financial gain for that.
I doubt it.
Anyways, in other news, last week was the White House Correspondents' Dinner, which is the annual dinner where politicians, members of the press, and celebrities all loosen up their ties just a tiny bit.
And then tighten them up again.
Immediately.
It's a very formal event.
Yeah. For the last 20 years or so, the highlight of the evening has been a comedian performing a set that basically roasts the president. And during Obama's years in office, the president himself has used the dinner as an opportunity to tell some jokes of his own.
And Obama is honestly a pretty natural comedian.
Yeah.
I mean, he almost certainly doesn't write any of his own material. He's got guys to do that for him, but he reads it well.
Yeah.
And he easily could have been a mid-level comedian in another life.
Yeah.
This year,
the delivery is perfect.
Yeah,
And that's,
he's
that's
got a
like
great delivery.
90% of joke writing.
I bet he tells the best dad jokes to Sasha and Malia.
Dad, I'm going to Harvard.
Dad! So anyway, yeah, this year, a lot of people even thought Obama kind of outperformed Larry Wilmore, actual professional comedian and host of this year's Correspondents' Dinner.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd go that far, but Wilmore's opening monologue / roast was incredibly awkward to watch, not because his material was bad, but because it was very straightforward and kind of vicious. Wilmore didn't just roast Obama, he roasted the entire press industry, and he didn't really hold anything back, which took a lot of balls, considering you're not only insulting the president to his face, you're also performing to a room that's groaning and booing more than they're actually laughing.
Yeah, it was pretty ballsy. Not as ballsy as 2006, I believe, when Stephen Colbert was the host, and they apparently did not do their research. Yeah, if you want to see one of the greatest, cringiest things ever, watch Stephen Colbert roast President George W. Bush for like a solid 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised he wasn't assassinated after that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Obama's 30-minute speech / stand-up set this year, it actually got a much more positive response than Wilmore, since it pretty much is the only time that he's commented on the current presidential primary race, particularly Trump and Cruz. But he also threw in some jabs at Bernie Sanders and his own former Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton. It's Obama's 8th and final correspondence dinner. He clearly just doesn't give a fuck anymore, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, he had some real stingers. It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
I watched it twice, front to back.
It's great.
I was like, say what you want about the man's policy. We all disagree on a lot of things. Every American has some different viewpoint of what they believe politics should be or shouldn't be, or what laws should be and so forth. But he's a fucking cool president.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah. I'd hang out with him.
Yeah. Anyway, in other movie news, Arnold Schwarzenegger's return to the acting world these past few years after being governor of California hasn't really been able to reignite the fire of his 1990s glory days. We all miss the 90s, Arnold.
Yeah.
But now,
Too bad they got rid of him.
now he's gonna get a chance to flex his comedic muscles in the upcoming movie Why We're Killing Gunther.
Yeah.
It sounds like it has the potential to be very, very funny.
Good. The film will be directed by Saturday Night Live's Taron Killam, who also wrote the script and will co-star. And the premise reads, focuses on a group of eccentric international assassins who become fed up with Gunther, the world's greatest hitman, who also happens to be an arrogant show-off, and decide to kill him. Their master plan, however, quickly turns into a series of embarrassing encounters as Gunther appears one step ahead.
The rest of the cast includes Kobe Smulders, Bobby Moynihan,
Coming back for his 36th season.
Kumail Nanjiani,
Ooh.
and Randall Park. And the film starts shooting next month. Some of Schwarzenegger's best work has been in comedy films like Twins, Kindergarten Cop, and True Lies, so it should be nice to see him getting back into some more lighthearted roles.
Update, Kindergarten Cop 2 is out.
Oh, with Jean-Claude Van... Oh, no, with...
Fucking, oh god, now
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren. The title that I saw online that I skipped past my Twitter feed said, it's not as terrible as you would think it would be. So there you go. Let's all rent it this weekend.
Let's do it. Also in the news.
Yeah.
That R-rated Batman movie that also happens to be an animated movie,
Yeah.
aka The Killing Joke, now has a release date.
Finally.
It's July 23rd, when it'll be available on digital HD, and the Blu-ray and DVDs will come out on August 2nd. This means that the digital HD version drops during San Diego Comic-Con.
Perfect.
And the Blu-ray comes out just a few days before Suicide Squad comes out in theaters. Pretty fucking smart strategic scheduling there.
It's almost like that's someone's job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to trailers because this week we got the first Red Band trailer for Bad Moms, which looks to be basically the Hangover for moms. Well, you could say Bridesmaids. This is fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's for moms.
Bridesmaids was a hangover for bridesmaids.
Sure.
Bad Moms is a hangover for bad moms.
Okay. It's literally written by the same writers as The Hangover, and it stars Mila Kunis, Kristen Bell, Katherine Hahn, and Christina Applegate. And the synopsis reads as follows.
Amy has a seemingly perfect life, a great marriage, overachieving kids, beautiful home, and a career. However, she's overworked, overcommitted, and exhausted to the point that she's about to snap. Fed up, she joins forces with two other overstressed moms on a quest to liberate themselves from conventional responsibilities, going on a wild, un-mom-like binge of long overdue freedom, fun, and self-indulgence, putting them on a collision course with PTA Queen Bee Gwendolyn and her clique of devoted perfect moms. This comes out July 29th.
It looks great.
Pretty funny, yeah.
I was very surprised by this. I was watching the trailer and thought that it was very entertaining. I think it'll be hilarious to see in theater.
It was really funny seeing all the moms I know sharing it on Facebook. They were
Yeah.
like, oh my God, someone finally made a movie
Finally,
about
a movie for us.
how much it sucks being a mom.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
It sounds very stressful. That's
Yeah.
why gotta wrap it up.
Okay, Dad.
Son, use a condom.
There's also a new trailer for The Shallows, which stars Blake Lively as a surfer in a beautiful, remote, secluded beach, just living the good life, getting pitted in some sweet curl, until one day, a massive great white shark shows up and bites her leg, and then eats all the other surfers at the beach, leaving her stranded on a small rock far away from shore, slowly bleeding to death with no help on the way. It looks very tense, and also very simple, which is a good trait for, suspense horror movies to have. The Shallows comes out on June 29th.
Yeah, it looks good. Like, it looks like the entire movie takes place
I thought
on this fucking beach.
that this was the one with Nicolas Cage fighting the shark. But
No,
apparently
that's a movie. I don't even remember what it's called, but it looks really bad. Mm-hmm. It's like one of those movies. Like, yeah, World War II movies. They're still hot, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. The year is 2002, and let's make a World War II movie. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I can't even remember the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fights a shark. You'll Google Nicolas Cage fights a shark. But let's move on.
Finally. Radiohead's back after 5 years of no new music, and even if you aren't as stoked about it as you should be, you should still check out their new music video for Burn the Witch, which is a stop-motion mashup of the 1973 horror classic The Wicker Man.
Isn't that the one where he gets attacked by the bees?
Yeah, but that's more the Nicolas Cage one.
Yeah.
And it's a mashup of that and the 1960s British children's show Trumpton. And yeah, again, not the Nick Cage Wicker Man. There's actually a good Wicker Man from the 70s.
Bees!
God damn it.
Yeah.
Radiohead was also back at it again just a few days after releasing Burn the Witch with another new music video for a song called Daydreaming, which was directed by Paul Thomas Anderson and features Tom York walking through a lot of doors.
And through a lot of lives.
Yeah.
And P.T. Anderson, you would know from movies. He directed movies like
Boogie Nights,
Magnolia,
The Master, Magnolia,
Punch Drunk Love,
There Will Be
Inherent
Blood.
Vice.
So many.
The man's amazing.
He has all the best movies.
the music video is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyways, watch our other content over here. We have a brand new episode of Tugs, which features the most hated game of all time. Can you guess?
Ever.
Can you guess what it is? We're not going to tell you. You got to go watch it. And then Weekly Weird News, where literally an angel fell from the heavens right into Indonesia, and you can fuck it if you want.
Not anymore. The police took her away. And then there's
Police are
Tech
fucking
Tuesday. They're bringing back the dead.
Yep.
What?
Yeah. Bring
Science.
back that angel. Then they're going to have sex with her again.
Yeah.
The police.
Check it out.
Have a good weekend.